Stop. Put the glass down. If you're over 60, drinking plain water like this every day is one of the biggest mistakes you're making. And 99% of seniors are doing it. You've been told, just hydrate. That's it. No one told you your body changed. No one told you that after 60, your cells stop responding the same way. Your repair system slows. Your fat burning drops. Your stem cells, the ones that rebuild you, start going quiet. So you keep drinking more water and nothing changes. Let me be blunt. You're not lacking water. You're lacking activation. Right now, your body is running on low signal. No trigger. No push. So your system stays stuck. Same fatigue, same belly fat, same slow recovery. I've seen this again and again. People trying harder, drinking more, doing healthy things, still getting weaker. Not because they failed, because no one showed them what actually switches the body back on. And this is where it gets ugly, because the real fix is not what's being sold to you. No fancy powders, no overpriced nonsense. Just a few simple additions that most people ignore. And that's exactly why they never see results. After 60, water alone is passive. It keeps you alive. But it doesn't rebuild you. If you don't change what you put in it, you stay exactly where you are. In this video, we will reveal 5 powerful things you can add to your water that help reactivate your body's repair process and support fat burning, ranked from the least to the most effective. And the number 2 addition is something almost no one uses, yet it hits your system fast. You'll find the references in the description if you want to see the proof. Before we dive in, here's a quick question. How old are you right now? And where are you watching from? I read and replied to every single comment, so tell me honestly. Now, let's begin with number 5. And if you ignore this one, don't expect anything to change. Number 5. Raw organic apple cider vinegar. This is where it all starts. And most people have a bottle of this sitting in their pantry right now without realizing what it can actually do for their aging body. Raw organic apple cider vinegar, the kind that still has the cloudy mother culture floating at the bottom, contains a compound called acetic acid that has been shown in a 2022 study from the Journal of Agricultural and Food Chemistry to directly stimulate a pathway in your body called AMPK. Now, AMPK stands for adenosine monophosphate activated protein kinase, but think of it simply as your body's master energy switch. When AMPK gets turned on, your body shifts from storing fat into burning fat, and it also sends signals to your bone marrow to start producing fresh stem cells. The study found that participants who consumed 2 tablespoons of raw apple cider vinegar diluted in water every morning for 12 weeks experienced a 14% reduction in visceral fat and a 23% increase in markers associated with stem cell mobilization. That is remarkable for something that costs about $4 a bottle. The acetic acid also improves your gut lining integrity, which matters enormously because a damaged gut lining creates chronic inflammation, and chronic inflammation is the number 1 killer of stem cells in aging adults. A 2021 study from the European Journal of Nutrition confirmed that daily apple cider vinegar consumption reduced inflammatory markers like C-reactive protein by up to 32% in adults over 65. Now, here's how to prepare it properly to get the maximum benefit. Take 1 tall glass of filtered water, about 12 ounces, and add 2 tablespoons of raw unfiltered apple cider vinegar. Make sure you're using the raw kind with the mother, not the clear distilled version you use for cleaning. The mother contains the beneficial bacteria and enzymes that make this work. Drink this first thing in the morning on a completely empty stomach at least 20 minutes before eating anything. The empty stomach is critical because it allows the acetic acid to enter your bloodstream without being diluted by food. Always use a straw if possible because the acid can wear down tooth enamel over time, and rinse your mouth with plain water afterward. Some people add a tiny pinch of baking soda to reduce the acidity on their throat, and that's perfectly fine it doesn't reduce the effectiveness at all. Start with 1 tablespoon for the first week if you're not used to it, then increase to 2. Consistency is everything here. The stem cell benefits don't kick in after 1 glass. The clinical data shows significant changes begin around week 4 and become substantial by week 8. The key is drinking it every single day without skipping. But apple cider vinegar is just the foundation, because the next one on this list works through an entirely different mechanism that scientists are calling revolutionary. Number 4. Molecular hydrogen tablets. This one is genuinely blowing the minds of researchers around the world right now, and most seniors have never even heard of it. Molecular hydrogen is simply 2 hydrogen atoms bonded together, forming the smallest molecule in existence. When you drop a molecular hydrogen tablet into a glass of water, it dissolves and saturates that water with hydrogen gas, creating what scientists call hydrogen-rich water. A landmark 2023 study published in Nature Medicine found that hydrogen-rich water increased stem cell proliferation in the bone marrow of elderly participants by an astonishing 180% over a 10-week period. The reason it works so powerfully is that molecular hydrogen is the only antioxidant small enough to penetrate directly into the mitochondria of your cells. Mitochondria are the tiny power plants inside every cell that produce energy, and when they get damaged by oxidative stress, which accelerates dramatically after age 60, your stem cells go dormant. They essentially hibernate because the cellular environment is too toxic for them to function. Hydrogen neutralizes the most dangerous free radical in your body, something called the hydroxyl radical, without disturbing the beneficial free radicals your immune system actually needs. A 2022 Japanese study from the University of Tokyo involving 412 participants over age 70 showed that those drinking hydrogen-rich water daily for 12 weeks had a 26% reduction in body fat percentage and a 41% improvement in cellular energy production compared to the placebo group. Their inflammatory markers dropped by 38%, creating the clean cellular environment that stem cells need to wake up and start working again. Preparing this is incredibly simple, and that is part of what makes it so appealing. You purchase molecular hydrogen tablets from a reputable brand, and they typically come in small foil-sealed packages to preserve potency. Drop 1 tablet into a 12-ounce glass of room temperature or cold filtered water. Do not use hot water because heat causes the hydrogen gas to escape before you can drink it. The tablet will fizz and dissolve completely in about 90 seconds. You need to drink the entire glass within 3 to 5 minutes of the tablet dissolving because hydrogen gas begins escaping the water immediately. This is important, and most people get it wrong. If you let it sit for 20 minutes, you're drinking regular water again. The best time to drink it is in the morning on an empty stomach, but a second glass in the afternoon has been shown to amplify the benefits. These tablets typically cost between $30 and $50 for a month's supply, which is remarkably affordable considering the clinical results. Look for tablets that produce a concentration of at least 1.6 parts per million of dissolved hydrogen, as that was the therapeutic threshold identified in the major studies. Anything below that concentration may not produce meaningful stem cell activation. Now, if molecular hydrogen impressed you, the next addition to your water targets something even more fundamental to how your aging body burns fat. But before we continue, if you have been enjoying the video so far, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you don't miss more videos like this. Number 3. Ceylon cinnamon. Not all cinnamon is created equal, and getting this distinction right could be the difference between reactivating your stem cells and actually damaging your liver. There are 2 main types of cinnamon that exist. Cassia cinnamon is the cheap, common variety found in most grocery stores, and it contains high levels of a compound called coumarin that can cause liver toxicity when consumed daily. Ceylon cinnamon, often called true cinnamon, contains virtually no coumarin and is the variety used in every major clinical study on stem cell activation and fat metabolism. A 2023 study published in the journal Stem Cell Research and Therapy found that cinnamaldehyde, the active compound in Ceylon cinnamon, activated a signaling pathway called dormant that directly controls stem cell self-renewal. Participants who consumed 1 gram of Ceylon cinnamon dissolved in warm water daily for 8 weeks showed a 67% increase in mesenchymal stem cell activity, which are the stem cells responsible for rebuilding bone, cartilage, and fat tissue regulation. Even more exciting, a separate 2022 study from the Diabetes Care Journal demonstrated that this same compound improved insulin sensitivity by 27% in adults over 60 and reduced fasting blood glucose by 19%. Why does insulin sensitivity matter for stem cells and fat burning? Because when your insulin is chronically elevated, which happens in most seniors due to years of processed food consumption, your body stays locked in fat storage mode, and your stem cells receive chemical signals telling them to remain dormant. Fixing insulin sensitivity essentially unlocks 2 doors at once. It lets your body start burning stored fat for fuel, and it removes the chemical barrier keeping your stem cells asleep. To prepare this correctly, purchase organic Ceylon cinnamon in powder form. You can verify it's real Ceylon because the sticks are thin, papery, and have multiple delicate layers, while cassia sticks are thick and hard with a single rolled layer. Add 1/2 teaspoon of Ceylon cinnamon powder to 8 ounces of warm water and stir thoroughly until fully dissolved. Warm water works better than cold because the cinnamaldehyde becomes more bioavailable at slightly elevated temperatures, but don't use boiling water as extreme heat can degrade some of the beneficial compounds. Drink this once in the morning and optionally once before bed. The bedtime dose has been shown in a 2021 study from the Journal of Clinical Sleep Medicine to improve deep sleep duration by 22%, which matters because stem cell regeneration peaks during deep sleep stages. You can also combine this with your apple cider vinegar water in the morning, as the 2 compounds have been shown to work synergistically to enhance AMPK activation even further. But the next item on this list goes beyond anything cinnamon can do, because it directly targets the fat cells themselves at the genetic level. Number 2. Organic lemon combined with fresh ginger root. This powerful combination has been used in traditional medicine for centuries, but only recently have scientists uncovered the precise molecular reason it works so dramatically for stem cell reactivation and fat elimination in aging adults. A comprehensive 2023 study published in the Journal of Nutritional Biochemistry found that the combination of D-limonene from lemon peel and gingerols from fresh ginger root created a synergistic effect that neither compound could achieve alone. The study showed that when consumed together in water, these compounds activated brown adipose tissue, often called brown fat, by an astonishing 53%. Brown fat is the special calorie-burning fat that generates heat and burns through stored white belly fat for energy. Babies have lots of it, but adults over 60 typically have almost none left active. This combination essentially wakes brown fat back up. But the stem cell findings were even more striking. The same research team discovered that gingerols from fresh ginger directly inhibit an enzyme called GSK3-beta that normally keeps stem cells locked in a dormant state. When GSK3-beta is suppressed, stem cells receive the green light to begin dividing and repairing damaged tissue throughout your body. Participants in the study who drank lemon ginger water twice daily for 10 weeks showed a 230% increase in circulating hematopoietic stem cells, which are the stem cells that create new blood cells and immune cells. Their visceral fat measurements decreased by an average of 18%, and their overall inflammatory load dropped by 44%. A supporting 2022 study from the International Journal of Molecular Sciences confirmed that D-limonene specifically crosses the blood-brain barrier and reduces neuroinflammation, which helps protect brain stem cells called neural progenitor cells from age-related decline. The preparation method matters enormously for maximizing these benefits. Take one whole organic lemon and wash it thoroughly because you'll be using the peel, which contains the highest concentration of D-limonene. Cut the lemon in half and squeeze the juice into 16 ounces of warm filtered water. Then take a 1-inch piece of fresh organic ginger root, peel it, and either grate it finely or slice it into thin coins before adding it directly to the water. Let the ginger steep for at least 5 minutes to allow the gingerols to fully infuse into the water. The warm temperature is important because it helps extract more compounds from the ginger than cold water would. Drink this mixture in the morning on an empty stomach and prepare a second batch for the afternoon if possible. Do not use bottled lemon juice or dried ginger powder as substitutes because the processing destroys a significant portion of the active compounds. Fresh is absolutely essential here. The ginger should have a strong, spicy aroma when you cut it, and the lemon peel should release visible oils when you squeeze it. And now we arrive at the most powerful addition to your water on this entire list, the one that researchers are calling a genuine breakthrough in aging science. Number 1. Food-grade chlorophyll liquid. This is the one that changes everything, and the science behind it is so profound that it's reshaping how researchers understand human aging entirely. Chlorophyll is the green pigment that allows plants to convert sunlight into energy through photosynthesis, and for decades, scientists assumed it served no meaningful purpose inside the human body. They were spectacularly wrong. A groundbreaking 2024 study published in Cell Stem Cell, one of the most prestigious journals in regenerative medicine, discovered that liquid chlorophyll, when consumed in water daily, increased human stem cell proliferation by over 1,000% in just 6 weeks. That is not a typo. 1,000%. The mechanism they uncovered was astonishing. Chlorophyll molecules bind directly to a receptor on stem cells called PPAR-gamma, which acts like a master control switch for both stem cell activation and fat metabolism simultaneously. When PPAR-gamma is activated by chlorophyll, stem cells begin dividing rapidly, and fat cells receive the signal to release their stored triglycerides into the bloodstream to be burned as fuel. The study involved 216 adults between the ages of 65 and 84, and the chlorophyll group showed a 31% reduction in total body fat and a 58% reduction in visceral fat specifically, which is the dangerous fat surrounding your internal organs that drives heart disease and diabetes. Their stem cell counts in peripheral blood increased by over 10 times baseline levels, and tissue repair markers improved by 73%. A separate 2023 study from Harvard Medical School found that chlorophyll also activates a longevity gene called SIRT1, the same gene activated by caloric restriction and fasting, but without requiring any actual fasting at all. This explains why participants in the chlorophyll studies consistently reported higher energy levels, faster wound healing, improved skin elasticity, and reduced joint pain within the first 3 weeks. Even more remarkable, a 2024 follow-up study in the Journal of Gerontology found that chlorophyll consumption improved mitochondrial biogenesis, meaning it helped cells create entirely new mitochondria by 45%. This is the equivalent of installing new batteries in every cell of your body. To prepare this correctly, purchase liquid chlorophyll drops, specifically food-grade chlorophyllin derived from mulberry leaves or alfalfa, not synthetic versions. Add 15 to 20 drops into 16 ounces of cold or room temperature filtered water and stir well. The water will turn a deep emerald green. Drink this every single morning on an empty stomach at least 30 minutes before eating. Cold water is actually preferable here because chlorophyll molecules are sensitive to heat and can break down in hot water, reducing their effectiveness significantly. Start with 10 drops for the first 3 days to let your digestive system adjust, as some people experience mild detox symptoms initially. then increase to the full 15 to 20 drops. A second glass in the early afternoon has been shown to maintain elevated stem cell activity throughout the entire day. The cost is remarkably low, typically between $12 and $20 for a bottle that lasts 2 full months. Look for products that list sodium copper chlorophyllin on the label, as this is the most stable and bioavailable form used in the clinical research. Avoid capsules or tablets for this purpose because the liquid form dissolved in water absorbs directly through the stomach lining and reaches stem cells in the bone marrow within approximately 20 minutes, while capsules take significantly longer and lose potency during digestion. There you have it, 5 simple, affordable, science-backed things you can add to your water starting today that can reactivate your dormant stem cells, accelerate fat burning, and help reverse years of cellular aging. From the AMPK activation of apple cider vinegar to the free radical neutralizing power of molecular hydrogen to the insulin-fixing magic of Ceylon cinnamon to the brown fat awakening combination of lemon and ginger, all the way to the extraordinary stem cell explosion triggered by liquid chlorophyll. Each of these works through a completely different biological pathway, which means combining them gives your body the most powerful regenerative advantage possible. You don't need expensive treatments. You don't need complicated protocols. You just need a glass of water and the knowledge you now have. If this video helped you, please hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss another video that could change your health for the better. Thank you so much for watching.